we just continue with our review of our promissory note from section 1 to section 1110. If we're going to see a promissory note, the one that my sample of a promissory note, it says, Constancio de Gujoy promised to pay to Marilo Librao to her order. So this is the word order, make it a negotiable instrument, because although Marilo Librao was stated specifically, she can negotiate it to anybody as long as there's a word to her order. What do you mean when to the bearer? What happened if Constancio de Gujoy said promise to pay to the bearer instead of putting Marilo Librao? Meaning, anybody who had the possession of this promissory note is the one Constancio de Gujoy will going to pay. So that's the word to the bearer. Okay? That's always is different, but still the same. Because when we're talking about Marilo Librao to her order, it just means that it can be negotiated. And when we're talking about to the bearer, it means whoever has come into the possession of this promissory note will be the one to receive the amount stated therein. Okay. What will happen if our promissory note is like this? There is no date, there is no amount, there is no mode of payment on how many installments, there is no interest. Okay, what will happen? Any unwritten, you can just put the date, the amount, or the mode of payment, as long as there is an instruction or an agreement with the maker or the obligor, and of course he has to sign. He has to sign his name under here as the debtor. He has to sign. Oh, he put his signature. So it's still effective, it's still valid, as long as it was within his instruction. Okay. As long as it is within his instruction. Okay. What will happen if in this document there was no signature, but another person put a signature copying the signature of Constancio de Gujoy without his knowledge, without his consent? What will happen now? Then this document, this is a forgery. What we have discussed earlier about a blank check is different. That is section 16, or rather 14. Wherein a blank check, you can just fill this out based on the instruction of the maker or the obligor, and as long as is it signed by him. Okay. How come if it's the other way around? All the information is complete, but the signature is just blank, and the one who is in position signed it, copying the signature of Constancio de Gujoy. then this is not operative. Okay? It will not be valid. You will be charged for a crime of forgery. Okay. This goes also with the check. In this check, there is a blank. Or rather here. There is a blank. Blank, blank, blank. There's no date, there's no amount, there's no. But there's a signature. A signature. Okay? This is how you issue a blank check. A blank check wherein either you trusted so much the payee just to complete the blank information, or you are very, very, you are willing to give him any amount because you have a very, very large account. So you have to you just sign here. Then this is also okay. It's still possible. But if there is no signature here, there are amounts, so there are complete information but no signature. This is inoperative. Okay? What will happen if there's a complete signature? All the information are complete, but it was not delivered. Can it still be valid to the holder? Of course not, because the delivery, it should be endorsed and delivered. So remember that. Okay. We go now to what is an endorsement? An endorsement is that here to the order. We're talking about the order payable to Marilo or its order. Then they would sign, endorse, to be endorsed to C. Inside C. The promissory note was endorsed to C and endorsed to B. C, D, and so on and so forth. So that is the endorsement. When we're talking about bill of exchange, at the back of the check, there is what you call, you have to sign as an endorsee at the back of this check. At the side, there's a portion there you can put on your signature. So that's the endorsement using a bill of exchange or a check. Okay. We go now to ambiguity. What will happen wherein the amount here of 2 million in numerical form differs from the alphabet? Okay? What will you do? Usually, the written form prevails. And what happens if the written, the numerical figures, let's say for example, differs, and then you cannot comprehend the written words and the amount written in words, then it's the numerical figure prevails. Very easy. Very easy to remember. Okay. We're talking to discuss Who is the holder for value? Okay, who is the holder for value? State. So it's a holder for value. It says here. A holder for value is when the holder received the check by looking the instrument. It is clean, there's no erasures, there's no smudge, and any normal people would say that it was validly issued. Okay, there is no identification that it has been purged, it has been altered, or it has been duplicated, and at the same time, the one who issued the check, he had no idea that there's a fraud committed. That is the holder for value. So if you are a holder for value, it means you have the right to be paid, because you also paid an amount in exchange for this check, either in supplies or otherwise, but there is a value given in exchange for the amount. So that is what you call holder for value. So if the holder for value could demand payment, he has the right to demand payment and the amount as stated therein. Okay. So that is the review for the section 1 to 1.1.15. Next time, and I'm gonna give you the exam, because all the provisions stated therein are self-explanatory and you just have to study. So I'll just send you your exam through your emails.